I'm Roger Daltrey, on the deck of the US brig Niagara, a renovated ship of battle just like the one Captain Oliver Hazard Perry commanded in the War of 1812. And for the next half an hour, we'll weigh anchor,
2, 6,
set sail,
foretopsail halyard, haul away,
and blast our way through a day on this working man of war.
fire, fire, fire.
By the time we're finished, you'll know what it took to survive the legendary Battle of Lake Erie. Weapons specialist Conrad Fetter is a peaceful man, but he dearly loves to make things go boom.
Fire.
Okay, Conrad, this is a carronade.
Yeah, carronade.
It's just really a big musket.
Yeah.
Powder ball, ram it down in. It is a rather loud bang. It's louder than anything that whoever did, that's for sure. They couldn't have had any hearing left at all.
No, I'd imagine. They had cotton they shoved in their ears, but there's rumor that there was people would be firing the guns so the blood was coming out of their ears.
Oh. Ah! They fought at very close quarters, right?
Yeah, most of the times it was with a couple 100 yards.
Now this really does cause an awful lot of damage. A lot of the damage didn't come from the ball, it comes from the splinters.
Yeah, there was a model that was built that was a full-scale replica, built out of similar materials, and we shot balls at it. Used a 24-pound ball, which is what the British used. There was guys that were there from the Army, and they were surprised at the amount of damage we were doing.
Wow.
It's amazing to think that those men were on board during that. It's awful.
It was brutal. Are we going to have a shot at something now?
Yeah, we're actually going to be shooting a ball and a target that we have floating out there. Okay, prepare battery. Good. We're at the gun. 2, 6. 2, 6. Train right. That's well. 10 the vent. 10 the vent. Fire. 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 Okay. Elevate gun. Train left. Stand to the gun. Fire.
Oh! After 15 minutes of fire like that, the British surrendered. Bloodied and exhausted, Perry sat down and wrote his now famous report. We have met the enemy, and they are ours. Because of this victory, the British were chased back into Canada, and Perry became an instant hero. And the war was ultimately fought to a stalemate. As for the mighty Royal Navy, well, for the first time in history, they'd lost an entire fleet in battle. Imagine the indignity, losing to a bunch of bloody colonials. I'm Roger Daltrey. See you next time on Extreme History.
In this episode of Guts and Bolts, Ghost Hunting Tech. On a dark and stormy night in America's most haunted state capital, a team of real-life Ghostbusters tries to contact spirits on the other side. Did Capitol security cameras capture something supernatural? Join me as we use everything from Geiger counters to digital cameras to solve one of the world's oldest mysteries. Do ghosts really exist?
Come out wherever you are.
Next on Guts and Bolts. Ghost hunters believe that ghosts may be a manifestation of energy. All forms of energy are surrounded by electromagnetic fields, or EMFs, which can be detected by a simple meter. Typically, the EMF meter is used by electricians to find wiring behind walls, but it's also a must for any aspiring ghost hunter.
What I'd like to show you is that this device is actually so sensitive that it can pick up the energy field around the human body. Now, as I approach it, you can see how it's responding to my body's field moving toward it.
Joshua believes the electromagnetic fields we generate in life continue on after death.
It makes you wonder, when you die, due to the law of conservation of energy, that it can be neither created nor destroyed, but simply passed along in a different form. Does the energy from your body still exist in some tangible form that carries your personality, your memories?
When ghost hunters search a location using EMF meters, they mostly find man-made electromagnetic fields from things like lamps or wall sockets. But sometimes, they find fields that float around a room, like this one filmed by the lemur team at another site.
Yeah, it just knocked it over.
It could be evidence of ghosts.
Whoa.
In the darkness, the team gathers for a quick snack, and then they turn upward. Ivan Mosquera, Eddie Montanez, and Tom Cobb push ahead of the rest of the climbers. But as the team spreads out on the mountain, it is a nightmare going up. Still, with the support of the guides,
keep going, you're doing great, Ivan.
They struggle on.
We'll all make it. We're all gonna do it.
They have been climbing for 6 hours when the sun comes up. They celebrate their arrival at Gilman's Point.
Good job. Thanks, David.
Spent, man. Completely spent.
Eager for the summit, Yvonne and Tom move on, while Eddie pauses to gain his strength for one last effort.
Oh, bizarre! This is snow, and then right up ahead, this is huge glacier.
They're over 19,000 feet now. The oxygen content is half of what it is at sea level. Every step takes effort, but after 8 hours of climbing, cancer survivor Tom Cobb staggers to the top, the summit of Kilimanjaro.
A little out of breath. Can't believe it. Hope the rest of the team makes it up this far.
Moments later, Yvonne arrives without missing a step, and Tanzanian guide Tosha gives her the good news. Despite mild weather, Yvonne and Tom play it safe and head down quickly, hoping to pass Eddie's group on their way up.
Step over.
And they do. After 8 hours of suffering, Eddie is on the roof of Africa.
Here we are.
Eddie is the last climber on the summit that day.
Eddie, you're unbelievable.
We did it.
For Eddie and the Achilles team, the expedition has been a success which they hope will inspire disabled and able-bodied athletes alike.
I'm sure that in some place it's going to have an effect on somebody, and even if it's one person, right? And it made that person think that their life is not over because they're disabled. All the time and effort and hard work, it was worth it.